What do I hope to accomplish? A very horrible thing. So that's the idea. We're going to hit that hard. Well, thank you all very much for coming. It's really shocking to me that you don't have anything better to do on a Tuesday night. No, seriously though, it's not a good thing. People get unbelievably upset when you poke them in the axioms, so to speak. And you find out what the person's like, and you find out what you're like. It's like, God, who wants to do that? Nobody. And God said, I have no idea how far I'm going to get through the biblical stories. The Bible is a comedy. The God in the Old Testament is frequently cruel and arbitrary and so ridiculously comical, you know, demanding and paradoxical, and which is one of the things that really gives the book life, because it wasn't edited by a committee, you know, a committee that was concerned with not offending anyone, that's for sure. So the reason that I'm an admirer of Nietzsche is because Nietzsche killed God. That's the aim, you know. You may know, you may not, that I'm an admirer of Nietzsche. He announced that God was dead. Now, Jung was a student of Nietzsche. He was educated by Freud. And Freud, I suppose, Jung didn't believe that. A thought appears in your head. Who the hell expected that? Nobody. What kind of ridiculous explanation is that? That was Jung's notion. So, you know, I was convinced by Jung. And so Jung, that's one of the things that's so damn frightening about the psychoanalysts, which is a theory I think is absolutely absurd. And you get this both from Freud and Jung. When Moses comes up with the law, you know, he's wandering around with the Israelites forever in the desert, and they're like going left and going right and worshiping idols and like having a hell of a time and, you know, getting rebellious, and we don't do any of that anymore. Anyways, back to Jung. God only knows how long. God only knows why. But that seems to be the situation. Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, Raskolnikov. Dostoevsky's The Possessed, or The Devil. Alexander Solzhenitsyn's Gulag Archipelago. Brilliant, brilliant, priceless. Yeah. You know, I'd have fights with my wife. I'd get all puffed up and she'd go to sleep, which was really annoying, you know, so annoying. Sleeping peacefully beside me, it's like maddening. Look at this. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. In the center of my vision, my hands are very clear, and then out in the periphery, they disappear. Look. Well, why did you do that? You come up with some half-baked reasons why you did it. You're flailing around in the darkness, you know, you try to give an account for yourself, but because I'm trying to figure this out as I go along. Well, we're strange creatures. Let there be light, and there was light. There's a little light goes on, and you could think about it as a revelation. Even to say something like, I am conscious, you know, that's taken. Chimpanzees don't say that. Human beings are weird creatures. The overman or the superman, and that was one of the parts of Nietzschean philosophy that the Nazis, I would say, took out of context and used to fuel their, you know, superior man ideology. But maybe it's a metaphor, a complex metaphor that we have to use to organize our societies. It's Sisyphus, and that's okay. That's what happens when you graduate from university. It's like you're king of the mountain for one day, and then you're like serf at Starbucks for the next 5 years, you know, so, yeah.